Okay, so good evening everyone. So today I'd like to elaborate a bit about the sport called tennis. So tennis is a racket sport played on a court. So the court can be many different types of surfaces. There are hard courts, there are grass courts, there are clay courts, and there are omni or artificial turf courts. So in the international level, these are the four main tournaments: the Australian Open, the French Open, the Wimbledon, and the US Open. Not including, and as well as the Olympics. So, tennis is a sport that's very tactical, very mental orientated, physical orientated, and technical orientated. So there are many different types of strategies on how you play the game. So before we get into that, we need to know what are the 5 game situations. So the 5 game situations are when you are serving, then when you're returning serve, when you're doing the baseline rallies, okay, then when you're approaching the net, okay, you do an approach shot. When you're passing a person approaching the net, you're passing shot. As well as, so those are the 5 game situations. So there are strategies when in tennis. So the strategies or the tactics are utilizing your strengths, capitalizing on opponent's weaknesses, moving your opponent, playing consistently, or just maintaining a good court position perhaps. So that is the more tactical side of the game. So in the technical side of the game, there are many different strokes. You can call them arsenal. So there are the ground strokes, which are the bread and butter of the game, the forehand and the backhand. So usually it will be topspin, or when you're approaching net, it can be flat at times. Then there's the serve, then the volleys, then smash, then there's the slice and drop shots. So those are the technical parts of the game. So when we get into the part where how the game is played, it has a very unique scoring system. So it follows the clock, like a clock like that. So it's 15, 30, 40, then game, like a clock. But instead of using 45, they have shortened the word to 40. So you need to try to get to score. So if you score the first point, you get 15. Second point is 30. So it's 15 all, 30 all, something like that. Then, but when it is 40 all, that is called a deuce. And at deuce, the following point will be an advantage. And you'll only be able to win the game when you advantage up. So, tennis is also played this way. There will be a server, and there will be a receiver, or a striker. So a server starts the point, and the receiver, continues the point, continues the rally. Okay, so that I've elaborated a bit on the game. So in order to win a set in tennis, you need to win 6 games. So 6 games with a difference of 2. So at 5 all, it'll be played first to 7. Whereas if it's 6 all, you have to play a tie-break. A tie-break is a standard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 format. So it's a tie-break is played first to 7 with a difference of 2. So 6 all, you'll carry on 8 and so forth. So that is one set. So in tennis, usually tournaments will be best of 3 sets. So in 3 sets, it depends. If you win the first 2 ones, you already win. But usually the bigger major tournaments, which are the slams, they'll be best of 5. Then there are many different other formats which have been assimilated into today's game, such as pro sets, which are the best of, which is the first to reach 8, as well as the short sets, first to reach 4. So that is mainly how the game is played and the ins and the outs of the game. So, okay, furthermore, I also like to elaborate that in a tennis game, what's the main aim of the game? To hit the ball over the net and within the court grounds. A person the ball can bounce one time before the person hits, or it doesn't have to bounce. Then that would be a volley, but it cannot be on the return of serve. So that is mainly the aim and the goal of the game. So, tennis is a sport. So it is something for fun. It's for recreation. Okay, so we first look at it from a sports for all perspective. Sports for all means that we want to encourage more people into the game, to play, to bring people and to make them retain. So they have a campaign. It's called Play and Stay. So when you play, you stay in the game. Then only the next level if they want to continue to further on, they can come into the competitive level. However, playing competitive tennis is not an easy feat. Competitive tennis requires a lot because tennis is a luxury sport, therefore requires a lot of money, like on the racket strings, the racket, even the balls are expensive, and the shoes, which wear out quite often. In tennis, nothing is cheap. It's an expensive sport, especially when you play competitively. So we try to bring as many players into the game. Then from there forth, we see how it goes. But this competitiveness can instill good values, however can instill bad values also. Over competitivity can lead to players not wanting to play anymore. Then there will be a lot of ugly things you'll see from that person. So I'd like to just end with this poem. Okay, it is written by my late grandfather Koay Choo, who was once the president of the Penang Badminton Association. It's not in winning large. It's not in gaining fame. All that matters most is how you play the game. Honor and shame shall no conditions rise. Act well your part, and therein the honor lies. So I'm Joshua Tan Peng Boon Tennis, and I'm one of HR Tennis Academy's tennis coaches. So thank you very much, and goodbye.